So welcome to our session on paragraph structure, part of the Building Your Writing Foundation workshop series. This is an Academic Success Center presentation. The Academic Success Center is part of Library and Academic Services. My name is Meg Lowen, and I am an Academic Support Specialist, and I'm happy to be with you here today. I'll start with the land acknowledgement. RRC Polytech campuses are located on the lands of Anishinaabe, Inninewak, Anishinaabe, Dakota, and Dene, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Here's our agenda for this afternoon. We're going to talk about paragraphs and how we can think of them as building blocks for effective writing. And then we're going to break apart paragraph structure into three parts: the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. For the supporting sentences, we're going to look specifically at how to develop your ideas in that part and how to organize your ideas for that so that your reader finds it easy to follow. So we can think of paragraphs as kind of building blocks for effective writing. You might have the best ideas in the whole wide world, but if your reader cannot follow your ideas, they'll be lost. So we need to find a way to organize our ideas in our writing so that our reader can find it easy to follow. You do not want your reader to have to guess at what you mean. So what we do is we implement good paragraph structure as a way to organize our ideas and to guide our reader. So a good paragraph is simply a group of sentences that introduces and develops one central idea. You can see the word one is underlined. We're going to come back to that. But every paragraph should really focus on just one idea. There are three key parts to any paragraph in academic writing, and they are a topic sentence, your supporting sentences, and your concluding sentence. So you may have seen a similar analogy here with the picture of the burger or a sandwich, but we use this picture because the topic sentence and the concluding sentence, the beginning and the endings of your paragraphs, reflect each other. They hold similar information. And so they're kind of like the top and bottom bun in a burger. Whereas the middle of your burger, your lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, meat, pickles, those are your supporting sentences. And your supporting sentences develop your argument further, so that whatever your claim is, whatever your topic is, your reader can be more and more convinced by that by reading your supporting sentences. We're going to look at this sample paragraph to try to unpack those three parts to a good paragraph. So I'm going to read it out loud, and I'll ask that as I read it, you listen for the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. So here we go. Learning another language is valuable because it opens up your world. For one, when traveling abroad, if you can speak the native language, you can better engage with the country you are visiting. Being able to have actual conversations with the people you encounter will give you a much deeper understanding and appreciation for the country you're in. Learning a language also helps you gain new perspectives. This is because new language connects you to different cultures and can help you appreciate new types of music, art, customs, and ideas. These can all enable you to see the world in new ways. Finally, being bi or multilingual can open new professional opportunities, either in Canada or abroad. Having the ability to communicate in more than one language may give you the opportunity to obtain new clients or network more effectively. It may even give you an advantage when applying for a job. By helping us engage, learn, and find new opportunities, a new language has much to offer. So in this sentence, we have in this paragraph, we have a topic sentence. And you see the topic sentence in the paragraph. The topic sentence introduces the main idea or the focus of the whole paragraph, right? It's usually the first sentence in the paragraph. So in this paragraph, I've highlighted in blue our topic sentence. Learning another language is valuable because it opens up your world. This is telling the reader what this whole paragraph is about. A topic sentence is very important because it controls your entire paragraph. Everything else that you now add to this paragraph must relate back to your topic sentence. If it doesn't relate back to your topic sentence, it doesn't belong in this paragraph. So your reader, just by reading your very first sentence, should have a sense of what your whole paragraph is about. They can now anticipate some of the things that you might say, making it easier to follow your ideas. So your reader should get the gist or the main idea of your writing simply by reading your topic sentence. Next, you have the supporting sentences. And this is the main part of your paragraph. In terms of content, it's the longest part. You can see in green, I've highlighted the supporting sentences. So supporting sentences are there to develop the topic or the focus that was introduced in the topic sentence. So we know that the main idea of this paragraph is about the value of learning a language because it opens up your world. So now all the supporting sentences in this paragraph will relate back to that idea. If you don't develop your ideas well in your supporting sentences, two things might happen. First of all, your reader might be unconvinced. And when you are writing academically in a persuasive or argumentative way, where you are making a claim and you're trying to convince your reader that you're right, it's really important that you develop your supporting sentences because those help prove your claim. If you were at our workshop a couple weeks ago on claim plus evidence, we talked about this. When you make a claim, you have to provide evidence to support that claim. So in this case, my claim is that learning another language opens up new worlds. Well, now I have to support that. And that's what my supporting sentences are for. If I provide very good supporting sentences, my reader will be more convinced that I'm correct. The second thing that might happen if I don't provide enough development or enough supporting sentences is that my readers might be confused. They might find it hard to follow my ideas. They might be confused by the topic sentence in itself. So we need to ensure that we have developed our ideas enough so that our reader can find it easy to follow and maybe even change their mind or convince them that we're correct. So there's a few different ways that you can develop your ideas in a paragraph. These are just a few of the more common methods. Providing examples or illustrations. That's very commonly used. And if you are struggling to develop an idea, this is a good place to start, right? You can think, for example, and then think of some sort of example from your life or from readings that you've done that work to support your topic sentence. You could also provide data. So that's statistics or facts that you've read in research. Sometimes you'll read about studies that have findings that help support your argument. You can use data as well to develop your ideas. Definitions. Perhaps you're using unfamiliar language or language specific to an industry. Providing your reader with definitions is a great way to also develop ideas in a paragraph. You can give explanations, reasons why this is true or why you are correct. An analysis. That's when you take something apart and you break it into smaller sections and you look at it carefully and critically and you examine it from different perspectives. You can also analyze to help develop your ideas in a paragraph. And description. So that's when you look at the details, the who, what, where, when, why of things, and describe something for your reader. Depending on the type of writing that you're doing, some of these might be more applicable than others. But these are some ideas that you can use in any of your writing. This paragraph, our sample paragraph here about learning another language, is using explanations or reasons to develop each supporting point. Can you see the 3 different supporting points in this paragraph? So I've highlighted all the supporting points in green, but we can divide this even further into the 3 distinct supporting points that this writer has made. So I'll just ask you to glance at this on your own. Can you see those 3 supporting points? There are some clues in the language that can help you identify them. So here they are. I've highlighted them in different colors: green, red, and purple. So our first supporting point in green: when traveling abroad, if you can speak the native language, you can better engage with the country you are visiting. So you can see how that part is underlined, and then the next sentence in green works to even develop that even more, right? So this is a reason why. This is my explanation in the development of my topic. So you can see that, again, my topic, that learning another language opens up your world. Well, this is my first reason why. Traveling abroad, you can better engage with the country you're visiting. My second reason why is in red. Learning another language can help you gain new perspectives. That part is underlined, and then the next 2 sentences develop that even further. Languages help you connect to different cultures, help you appreciate aspects of that culture, and enable you to see the world in new ways. And then the third reason why is in purple, that speaking more than one language can open up professional opportunities. So even though they all relate back to the topic sentence about learning languages and opening up your world, they are distinct from each other. 1, 2, 3. Now, this example is very exaggerated. For the purpose of this presentation, we made it very clear: 1, 2, and 3. In academic writing, especially in more advanced writing, you might not see such obvious structure because the writing is so solid and easy to understand. So we're exaggerating for the purposes of this presentation to kind of lay a foundation. As you get more and more comfortable with this skill, you might relax a bit more as well. But in this case, I wanted to be really clear to show you those 3 supporting points so it's easy to see how the development grows within this paragraph. So you can see how for each of the 3 supporting points, the first sentence underlined introduces the idea, and then the following sentences develop that idea even further. Ideally, these supporting points would each be developed even further. I think there's more opportunity to talk about each of these points, but of course it's dependent on your writing assignment, the length, the scope, etc. So that was the development of your supporting point. But it's also important to note the organization of your supporting points. The development of your topic has to be organized logically. Remember, your reader needs to follow your ideas. In the situation where you're a student and you're submitting work, Your reader is your instructor, and you want to ensure they can follow your ideas so that they can understand where to give you marks and make sure that they can assess your understanding well. In other types of writing, you want to think of your audience and how to make sure that you are being understood by them. But in any case, in any academic writing, you want to do a couple things. The first thing is you want to follow what we call linear structure or linear organization. You can see in the word linear, there's the root word line. That means that we're following in a linear progression in a straight line. There's no going back and forth between points. There's no repetition of points. You're not going on tangents. You are staying on this line that follows that one topic, and you progress through the points in order until you are done. So I've color-coded the letters here, A, B, and C, with the colors of our supporting points in the paragraph. And you can see how my first supporting point in green introduces that idea where it's underlined, it expands on it, and then it goes to the next supporting point. And we do not go back and forth between A and B. We move from A to B to C, and then we are done. That's linear structure. And that's a highly, highly valued part of academic writing in Canadian post-secondary institutions. The other thing that you need to consider when ensuring your paragraph is well organized is an idea called front-loading your message. So front-loading means that you start with the main point and then you provide support or development as you work through the rest of the text. We front-load paragraphs by placing the topic sentence at or near the top. So our topic sentence doesn't go in the middle and it doesn't go at the end of the paragraph, it goes at the beginning. It goes at the front of it. And that's called front-loading your message. You can also front-load your supporting sentences within a paragraph. So in each of these cases, my supporting points, the underlined text introduces each supporting point, and the text that follows it in the same color is the development of that supporting point, right? So in each of these cases, the main point is front-loaded. It came in front of the development. So organizing the information in this way helps ensure that our reader understands our main points and how they can see how the ideas are connected, how the specific ideas in the paragraph are connected to the overall idea. Organization might be affected by your purpose for writing. So there's different reasons or different types of writing that you might do. If you were to write something more narrative, where you were describing an event that happened, perhaps you would think about your order in chronological order, right? As in a timeline. The first thing in your writing is the farthest thing in the past, and then you move through the events as they happened in order. If you are describing a process in your writing or a procedure, you would follow step by step in the order that these steps need to happen. Or if you're doing more of an illustrative where you're describing something, perhaps you give more examples and explanations of those examples. In each of these cases, though, you can still use linear structure and you can still front-load your message. It just might look a little bit different because of the purpose of your writing. So one way that you can ensure that you have followed linear structure or good organizational patterns is by using an outline. Lots of times we like to create an outline before we put our ideas into complete sentences or complete paragraphs, and that's very good practice. But you can also try a reverse outline. So after you've written your paragraph, if you want to check to see that you have indeed written a well-organized paragraph, you can do a reverse outline, where you can look at the sentences that you've written and now put them into an outline to see about the structure. So in my sample paragraph, here's the reverse outline that I've created. I pulled out my topic, which was my topic sentence, and I put that near the top of my outline, because remember, everything else must connect to that topic sentence. And then you can see my three parts, A, B, and C. So A is engage when traveling abroad, and in bullet points, I write down the development of that specific idea from my paragraph. Supporting point B, gain new perspectives, and I fill in the development of that idea below. And C, open professional opportunities, I fill in those details in bullet points below that one. And I can see that both my supporting points and my overall paragraph are front-loaded. The main idea comes first and the development follows. So by using this reverse outline, I can ensure that I have written a good paragraph that's organized and easy to follow. The other thing that you can do to ensure that your reader can follow your ideas is use signal words or phrases. These are also called transitions or transition phrases. They are little signals to your reader about how your ideas are connected to each other. You can use them to help your reader, but don't rely on them too much. Use them strategically, not in every sentence. But it's particularly helpful to use them when you go into a new supporting point. So, can you see the signal words or phrases that are used to introduce each supporting point in turn in this paragraph? There they are. So you can see in the very first supporting point, we've started with the phrase "for one." That tells the reader this is our first supporting point. Then, partway through, we see learning a language also helps. That little word "also" is very important. It tells the reader that now we're moving on to an additional point. And then we have "finally" to introduce our third supporting point. These words are crucial. They help the reader see the organization of ideas, and they can follow much more easily because they're included in this text. So when you are organizing your ideas, please think about the transitions that you would like to use, or the signal phrases. Depending on the connection between ideas, you'll want to use different signal phrases. The ones that I have here in red that I highlighted in the previous slide are showing additional information. They're numbering my points. But you can also use transitions to show sequence. So first, then, next. You can use transitions or signal phrases to show comparison. Words like likewise or similarly. Or you can use signal phrases to show contrast, on the other hand. All of these words help the reader see how your ideas connect and how they ultimately connect with your topic sentence. If you do not use signal words or phrases, your writing is harder to follow, and your reader is not as sure about how your ideas connect from one to the next. Okay, the last part in a paragraph is your concluding sentence. A concluding sentence is often included to kind of wrap up the paragraph so that the reader has a sense of finality with this particular topic. In this paragraph, you can see the last sentence in blue. By helping us engage, learn, and find new opportunities, a new language has much to offer. In our burger picture, we remember that the concluding sentence and the topic sentence are the buns of our burger. So they have similar jobs in that they both relate back to the main topic, but the topic sentence introduces and the concluding sentence concludes. So there's a few things that you can do in your concluding sentence. You can link it back to the main idea of your paragraph, which is related in your, which is stated in your topic sentence. Just don't use the same language, otherwise it sounds quite repetitive. Your concluding sentence could also link to the overarching assignment, topic, or research question that you've been given. Or sometimes you might see that your concluding sentence links to the next paragraph in a multi-paragraph piece of writing. So sometimes in a full essay, you'll see the last sentence of a paragraph linked to the next topic of the following paragraph. That is a strategy that's also often used. If you don't put in a concluding sentence, the reader may be confused if you are actually done writing on this topic, and they may not remember the main points that you want them to remember. So make sure that whenever you finish a paragraph, you're always finishing up with a concluding sentence. So in summary, good paragraph structure is very important because it helps us organize our ideas and it enables our readers to better understand our message. A paragraph should only focus on one central idea. If you find yourself writing about other ideas, that needs to go in a different piece of writing. A paragraph usually consists of 3 parts: a topic sentence, supporting sentences, and a concluding sentence. The topic sentence, which is usually the first sentence, should tell the reader what the paragraph is about. The supporting sentences are there to develop the central idea. They must be logically organized, and the strategic use of signal phrases or words can help guide your reader through your supporting details. And then lastly, your concluding sentence provides a connection, either to the central idea or of the current paragraph or the following paragraph that's to come. So like all of these workshops, we have a couple of resources that you can use to continue to study on this topic. We have a paragraph structure tip sheet, and we have a paragraph structure practice activity. The tip sheet is a 1-page that takes all the main ideas from this presentation and puts it into 1 page. So that is posted on our website, and you are welcome to download that for future reference. We also have a practice activity that you can try out on your own. And if you'd like feedback on your writing, you can reach out to the writing inbox, the Writing Center at Red River College, to get feedback on that. And all the information is on that PDF, which is also posted on our website.